This is the Wiiviewer
and the LilWiiviewer,
and we're going to review
Golf Story
for the Nintendo Switch. So what is your feelings on golf?
It's a fun game to never play.
Have you ever played golf or just mini golf?
I've played mini golf and I don't even want to touch golf. It's not like I don't like golf. I like the idea of golf. It's a lot of work.
I used to go golfing all the time.
That doesn't surprise me.
My grandfather used to go golfing every morning at 6 a.m.
6 a.m.?
He wanted to be the first person on the course. So this is kind of like an old SNES throwback sort of graphical style to it.
The style is more like akin to every indie game in the past 10 years. So
right, and which are replicating SNES games.
Except also the colors are wrong, and the fact that if you were to try and make this game on the SNES, it would blow up in an instant because of the amount of like physics and engines that you would have to have.
Well, yeah, but then what about Mega Man 9? That was supposed to be like an NES type game.
But that was super faithful to it. That's like saying Sonic
What
Mania
about Shovel Knight? They're trying to replicate Apex. Let's just go with 16-bit graphics.
Shovel Knight was cheating. It was widescreen and it had the colors.
Oh yeah,
all wrong.
This is cheating too, but they're trying for 16-bit graphics.
They're not even trying though. It's not even close to 16-bit.
It's basically retro graphics.
It's called Retro Revival.
So this was basically, they took a golf game and put RPG elements into it. And you know what I instantly thought of when I was playing this game?
Stardew Valley.
No.
That's what everyone's making the connections to.
Nope. It's a game I've reviewed. This is a tennis game. Mario Tennis Power Tour.
Did that even exist?
Yeah. How about watching my reviews sometime?
Wait, what?
Basically, they took the concept from Mario Tennis Power Tour and just said, let's do that with golf, because it's exactly the same thing.
What Mario Tennis game?
It's for the Game Boy Advance. The Mario game where you don't actually play as Mario. You play as some random person as you're playing tennis. Overall, what'd you think of this?
It was alright.
As a non-golf loving person, you just thought it was alright.
It was alright.
I thought it was better than alright. I thought it was great, but it did have its problems.
I think the game is just a little repetitive at times, but other than that, it's alright. It's nothing to rave home about. It's a good game.
Yeah, a lot of these RPG elements come down to just doing the best trick shots or something like that.
I just found the game to be like, here's a mission to play golf, and that's obviously what they're trying to do.
Really? In a golf game?
In a golf game.
See, I thought they were going to play pool.
No, I thought they were going to play disc frisbee.
Okay, that's going to go into the worst part of this game. We'll get into that.
The thing is that I just find the gameplay a little bit repetitive because a lot of it, especially the golfing portion, just kind of boil down to know how to do the best shot for the thing and then just do it.
It's very linear.
Shooting the ball and then just doing it again and doing it again. And
yeah, and I loved it.
Yeah, and I'm sure you did.
As a person who enjoys golf, I really enjoyed this game. But that being said, I was so frustrated at the controls a lot of the times.
How so?
So to switch your clubs, you press up and down. To move your shot, you press left and right. What they should have done was have the directional pad been what you use to switch your golf clubs, and the analog stick should be where you wanted to place your shots. It should not have been the same controller. You know how often I was switching clubs when I was just trying to move my ball? So often.
Personally, I got used to it, but I find the literally everything else about the controls actually really dumb. Because you have to press Y for precision mode, X to spin the ball. That's forgivable. But like pressing ZL and ZR to like make your shot, and then you can hold both down to go like in between them, like it feels wrong. I don't want to do that.
See, that didn't feel natural, but it was one of those things like, all right, ZR, ZL, just checking the balls. It was, to me, that was minor. And then, of course, you have to hit the button 3 times in order to hit it. You have to position where you want to hit the golf ball. You hit the button again to see how much power you're going to put in it, and then hit the button again to see how straight you're going to hit it. The power bar never really felt like it was shooting where I was wanting it to shoot. It would just sometimes go way past the line that they said that it would go.
I think that has something to do with your stats, because your stats do say that there's some variance to that.
Even precision mode is not always precise. I still had fun playing it, because there was a lot of give and take. But you know what this game desperately needed? A map. I want to be able to see the whole course. I want to see if maybe I should shoot off into a different area.
Yep, there's nothing more to say about that.
Or how about a zoom out mode?
They show you the entire course before you start, but that's it. You're done.
You better remember that, because it's not coming up again.
I hope you drew it in time.
Where's my pen? No, go back! Oh, man. And the courses were a little ridiculous. When you get to like the third course, you're literally golfing in places where there's no way you can get to the ball. I mean, you'd have to climb mountains to get to the ball. I mean, let's have a little realism here.
I think the game's strong point is the lack of realism, because otherwise it would just become really repetitive and just be like any other golf game. when you're doing missions, like, for example, in the second world, where you first go off, you can only shoot in the green, and then you can only shoot in the rough, then the very rough, then finally only in the bunkers. That's a very creative mission. But when you go from that to just boring old golf, it's kind of jarring and a little bit boring. Like, when going through those 9 courses, I'm just like, can I get to, like, the fun part?
The fun part is those courses. I think we're just totally disagreeing on this.
Are we playing the same game?
You know what I didn't like, though? There was no, oops, I made a mistake, let me restart the mission. You gotta go through the entire mission. Even if you know you failed it, you still have to go through the whole thing. You can't just say, restart mission.
This also works in reverse, too, where you know you passed the mission, and it's just gonna keep going. For only half the time, though. Some missions finish when you're finished. Some are like, you gotta keep going. It's really frustrating for something that really shouldn't happen.
Let's briefly go over disc golf. I hated it so much.
I didn't mind its inclusion. It's one of those things that just baffles me why it exists. It's like,
it should not be required for the story to move forward.
It's not like it's hard.
It's incredibly hard! Where you basically control your disc as it's moving through the air with the left and right button and up and down to make it go up and down in altitude. And it's really confusing and sucks.
Yeah, it doesn't feel like disc golf.
Maybe it does feel like disc golf and we hate it.
I mean, I don't think disc golf is remote controlled by a drone.
Give it some time.
Give it some time. That's a sport I want to see.
What'd you think of mini golf?
Mini golf it was alright.
But you actually had to unlock it through a secret.
It was weird. It was a nice little treat. It was just putting, but I mean, that's kind of what mini golf is, so.
So we should probably get into the story just a little bit.
The story is that your father was like a golfer, and now you want to follow in his footsteps. Then everyone just says you suck.
Then you try and prove your worth. You know what was kind of cool? Dropping a ball anytime and just hitting it.
That is a cool feature. That is probably one of the coolest
or
things.
chucking balls at people.
It's a very neat feature. I just wish that like you could pick your ball back up and then like move it so that you can like actually
Just drop another one. Who cares?
I know you can drop another one.
Because this guy's carrying balls galore in his pants. So golf story, little Wiiviewer. Would you buy, sail, or skip?
I mean, personally, I would buy. It's a good game. If you like golf, you will really like this game. If you don't like golf, you'll think it's alright.
Is the story gonna hook you in?
No, the story is not gonna hook you in. This isn't one of those like 1,000-hour RPGs where you're like so invested in the story and you have to save the girl and save the world. No, you're a person who likes golf, and so do other people.
This is an easy one for me. I think you should absolutely buy it. I had a ton of fun playing this game. I love the graphical style. I didn't like the controls so much, but if they patch it out and make it a little bit easier later on, I'd much appreciate it. It wasn't that bad. It was just a little annoying quirks here and there. But overall, I loved the game. I thought $14.99? Absolutely. So definitely, I think we both agree we should buy it now.